More people file Chapter 7 than any other form of bankruptcy. It's a powerful and effective tool for personal financial recovery. So what's Chapter 7 do for you? First, you need to know that the majority of people that I speak with can qualify for Chapter 7. In fact, more people should file Chapter 7 than use debt management plans because their financial recovery would be faster and they would be able to pay a lot less to their creditors. Don't believe everything that you read about the Chapter 7 on the internet. A lot of it's misleading and some of it's just plain wrong. Although Chapter 7 is called a liquidation bankruptcy, this is misleading. Almost nobody ever loses property in a Chapter 7. Most of my clients keep everything, including their homes, their cars, which they reaffirm or agree to continue to pay for, and they keep. Let's talk about the Chapter 7 means test. The means test is probably one of the most misunderstood concepts in Chapter 7. There's a lot you need to know about the means test, so I've devoted an entire web page and video for this topic here on the website. Even many attorneys don't fully understand this. Half of the people who file don't even need to bother with the means test, but because the means test stands for median or average income test. If your average gross income is under the average income for your family size, and that's currently about $91,000 for a family size of 4, you don't even need to do the means test. And if your income is above that, you may still be able to file Chapter 7. There are things that you can do to help pass the means test if you fail and still want to file Chapter 7. Legal ways to help you pass the means test. Many of these are here on my website. But here's a key point that you need to understand. The means test is not the only test that you have to pass in order to file Chapter 7. There are other tests that you need to pass as well. And even if you're not required to do the means test, even if you pass the means test, other tests apply. Just because you can file a Chapter 7 doesn't mean it's the best option for you either. Chapter 7 is not the best debt relief option for everyone. Some people end up paying more in a Chapter 7 than if they'd filed a Chapter 13. Let's talk about credit after Chapter 7. Probably the biggest misunderstanding that people have is that bankruptcy will destroy your credit for 10 years. That's just not true if you handle it properly. Rebuilding credit after bankruptcy is important. While a Chapter 7 may be on your credit report for 10 years, this does not mean that it has to hurt your credit score for 10 years. There's a lot to know about how to quickly recover your credit after you file Chapter 7. You'll find a lot more about this important topic here on my website. What are the steps and the timeline for filing Chapter 7? Generally, your Chapter 7 will be completed in approximately 5 months. First, we file the petition online and we have our meeting with the trustee about 6 weeks later. The trustee meeting, also called a 341 meeting, is a brief 5-minute meeting where you'll confirm that the information in your bankruptcy petition is true and accurate. During the coronavirus pandemic, these meetings are being held by telephone conference. After the meeting, we'll wait about 12 weeks for the discharge. The discharge is the end of the case, and all of your debts, except for anything that you reaffirm, or other debts like child support and student loans that aren't discharged, are gone forever. And unlike debt management plans, there's no surprise tax penalty on the debt that isn't paid. After the discharge, for my clients, this is the beginning of the credit rebuild process. My 12-month credit rebuild program helps to quickly rebuild credit step by step so you'll get a real financial recovery, not just a discharge of your debt. A true fresh start that you need is only accomplished if you follow up the debt discharge with a proven program to rebuild your credit. So, when should you file a Chapter 7? Having practiced bankruptcy since 1986, long time, I can confidently tell you that most people should file long before they actually do file. Most people don't even call me until they've been thinking about it for 6 to 12 months or more. One reason people delay getting help is fear. Fear of loss of property, fear of ruined credit. But mostly, they're embarrassed. They feel that bankruptcy is the mark of failure, and nobody wants to feel like a failure. I know this firsthand. Read my story. It's here on the website. You'll see. I've been there. I understand how you feel. Sadly, A lot of people won't even consider solutions that could quickly solve their money problems until they have no other choice. You know that old saying, if you think you have a problem, you probably do have a problem? If you're here looking for information about Chapter 7, that's a sign that you need to explore it with the help of a professional, not just reading websites. Call my office for a free consultation. In just one phone call, you'll learn more about your options than hours you might spend surfing the net. And it doesn't cost a thing. Waiting, however, could cost you a lot. Every day I see people wait until they've gone through their savings, tapped out their retirement accounts, and even sold property to pay dischargeable debts. Then they call me. If you're under financial stretch, worried, losing sleep, don't wait another day. Get help. Call me. We'll review your situation and you'll know if a Chapter 7 will be a good fit for you.